What is going on, guys? Dragon Blade here, back from our Elder Scrolls Legends, and today I wanted to hop on into our Gauntlet mode a little bit. I'm going to be using a Tempo Archer list that Brigadoon had given me a long time ago. I was going to use this for Subscriber Saturday, but I figured I finally got a bunch of soul gems from my other Gauntlet runs that I've been doing. So I figured I'd use some of those gems, craft the Belligerent Giants I've been missing, and take this deck on into Gauntlet mode. So I've been having a lot of fun with Gauntlet. I've run like, I would say probably 4 or 5 runs this weekend. So it's been great so far. Game 1's usually a bit of a toss-up. You could face somebody that's excellent, or you could face somebody with a pretty ridiculous collection. And then if you manage to win Game 1, since they match up with your similar win titles, usually Games 2 and 3, not that they're easy, but they're a little more doable, and then it kind of ramps up from there. I have seen a lot of people with not fully fleshed out collections. I guess some obvious newer players.
My friend would like to say
I think that's pretty cool for them. It's a pretty decent chance to get rewards with the collection you have.
What have we here?
Do that. Yeah, I'm having a great time with it so far. I don't know if I'll be able to record this entire run. I'm definitely going to try to. But I've mostly been playing on my phone this weekend, which is why I haven't really gotten a chance to record this whole thing. The opponent's going to bone bow this thing down. And go face. Alrighty.
My scales moving.
I think I'll just get out the Slayer for now. The one difference between the list I'm using and Brigadoon's list, I don't have Reeve, so I tossed in one copy of Wither Hand Cultist. Figured it could help against some of the mage lists, or even some of the control monk lists. More so the mage lists in general. But I figured this was a decent tech choice in there, since this deck doesn't really run a lot of actions besides the rapid shots. So make that trade. Now we have 4, but we don't want to use any of these really. So I think we'll just drop a Withered Hand Cultist, and we have now a bunch of decent cards in hand that can do a lot of things for us. And these things, I can't believe that I've gone all this time and I've had no Belligerent Giants until today. I haven't pulled any, I never crafted any. Today was the first time that I have Belligerent Giants. So that's a brand new thing for me. Which is pretty awesome, because this card is a very disruptive card.
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
As he has a Ferocious Dreg. I guess Astrid's the play here. Vigilante would be nice. So I think we'll just go with that for now. I can take this trade, and I wind up eating 2 with his Ferocious Dreg, but I didn't want to waste any of these really useful cards here. He's just going to trade directly with Astrid, which is pretty nice for us. And if he wants to summon a charge over here to take this out, that's not too bad. Usually we want to use these to clean stuff up in the Shadowland, but we might have to just start swinging with them. Okay, so what we can do... guess we'll draw first. Pyro's decent. I think I'm just going to Earthbound that. And then next turn we can Underworld Vigilante over here. Just wanted to keep our things a little bit more safe. If he wants to pop a rune for us, I'm okay with that. And we still have this to start bouncing back anything big he might play soon.
Let's heat things up.
That's okay, unless he has another one.
Time to fight.
He's got a Nord. Why is he not taking this out? If he puts anything else onto this, I'll probably just bounce it the next turn. Yeah, I'm probably going to bounce that then. He'll pop 2 runes of ours, but like I said, we're going to bounce that thing back. And he'll have lost 2 cards to it. So let's go ahead and swing once in the face. Bounce him back. And if he chooses to play it down again, I may Underworld Vigilante plus Skaven. I think I'll lay it down over here, actually. Is he gonna trade with the cultist?
I ride like the wind. I'll kill you where you stand.
What I could do is... I can Shadow Shift, Cliff Racer, swing with this guy. That's not a super powerful turn, though. But it would keep him alive. That's a little bit of a better play.
My scales move in shadow.
The forest.
Let's get rid of that. And I think we'll lay down the Mage Slayer over here.
Tell me who needs bludgeoning.
Got a pretty nice board developing. This guy's going to be tough to get rid of. And we still have another Shadow Shift if we need to move him around. And 2 Underworld Vigilantes, definitely tough to deal with. So he's going to summon the baby Supreme Atromancer. How do I want to deal with this stuff? I have 7, 11, 14 from hand, plus Vigilante Cliff Racer would be game. Do I want to take that risk? I think I could. I can swing with these, and then if he gets a prophecy or something that would block me, I can always Vigilante one of these things down.
Feel my wrath. Dumark, take you.
Sorry, my mom was calling me. Alright, so let's Cliff Racer. Alright, so we're going to be able to take this. We're going to take game 1 of this run. Just so many charge threats from hand. I like having that much reach in hand. We had, I think, 12 points of damage from hand. Obviously not enough magic to get all that out, but plenty of reach from hand. As we're going to take our first game of the run. And let's hop right on into another one. I think the best run I've had so far, I think I had 1 7-win run, and then every run other than that has been, I think, 6 runs, 6 wins, and I think I had 1 that ended at 5 or something like that. So I've had a pretty decent, I don't want to say mix of success, but nothing explicitly bad so far. So we're going to match up against Mono Blue. No ring, but having Mage Slayer ready to go is nice. 2 Leaf Lurker doesn't help us at the moment, but if we can keep Shaman alive for a turn, Leaf Lurker can be pretty helpful.
My friend would like to say
Start
hello.
with Pyrox Summoner. I think I'll just summon Mage Slayer for now. Leave this thing there. I could use the curse on it, but I'd rather save the curse just in case Murkwater Shaman doesn't survive for a turn. We can set it up for a Leaf Lurker. Now that might get cursed, just because that's an annoying card to deal with. And again, I could Pyro over here. It might be worth it. Yeah, I'll just do it. I don't want to take a turn of doing nothing. I was going to save it in case I wanted to set up with the Leaf Lurkers, but I feel like with this board we have a decent chance of keeping the Shaman alive unless he draws a Lightning Bolt.
My friend would like to say hello.
Got another Summoner.
At
And
dawn and dusk, I move as a
Dunmer Nightblade. So normally you wouldn't attack in this order, but I'm going to go with the Pyromancer first, just because if he drew a Lightning Bolt, he couldn't target the Mage Slayer with it. And we'll just lay down the Shaman. If the Shaman survives past this turn, even if he plays something like Stormy or Frosty over here, we'll be able to just curse and Leaf Lurker that thing down. Looking like maybe Flamer, though. No, it's a Firestorm. I guess he didn't know what Mage Slayer does. Took no damage from that, thankfully. Alright, so he's going to use 5 Magicka worth of and 2 actions just to take out the Shaman. I think that's a completely fair outcome for us. Earthbone's not that great. I don't want to play a Leaf Lurker with nothing to hit, but we might have to. Although I could Earthbone this so he doesn't get a sword.
I'll kill you where you stand.
Feel my wrath.
I mean, that's not a great use of Earthbone,
The forest will not suffer
but
your presence.
it's preventing value from that, and it's going to keep our Pyromancer alive. And like I said, if he has Stormy, Frosty, any of those Atronox from this,
Your destruction
we
is
can
at
rapid
hand.
shot
By
Leaf Lurker
dawn
still.
and dusk, I move as a
Shall
shadow.
we begin?
All at once.
We draw a Skulk from our rune. Withered Hand Cultist is a good pull. There's a chance we just lay down these three and kill the Crystal Tower Crafter. Let's start attacking.
I'll kill you where you stand.
Feel my wrath.
We don't get to draw a card from this, but I don't want that Crystal Tower Crafter to grow. I think I'll lay down the Cultist and the Skulk. I just wanted to give him a lot of stuff to try and hit. We have a very powerful board at the moment, and even if he manages to keep anything alive here, Leaf Lurker can do a lot of work.
money can buy.
So he's going to get a whole bunch of guards. He can take out 2 of these, or he can tag team the Withered Hand Cultist if he has an action that he really wants to use.
Die, Outlander.
I assume he'd swing at the Cultist now. That'd be my guess anyway. What other card does he have to play? Fire Bloom? Okay. So we could curse Leaf Lurker this thing down just to keep his board completely empty. Or even better, I could just smack him back to hand.
I'll kill you where you stand.
Honestly, just in case he has other blue cards he can play, I don't want to giant this thing. I think I'm just going to curse Leaf Lurker. I think it makes me a little harder to deal with. And if he wants to play down a guard to try and prevent me from getting lethal on one of these lanes, I'll giant that thing away. I think that's the way I want to go with this instead. To be honest, this is my first time using this deck. I built it right before I started recording. So there is a possibility that I'm not making or not playing the deck in the perfect manner. I'm sure Brigadoon will let me know if I'm doing something incorrectly, but I'm trying my best here. I think it's a pretty solid deck, so I think a lot of the plays, not that they make themselves, but they kind of lead in their own direction. Let's get one more for this video, and then I'll see if I can record a couple more parts for this Gauntlet run. But starting 2-0 is pretty decent. Just in case you haven't ran Gauntlet yet, I'll open up the reward system. We're at 2-0 at the moment, so we're guaranteed at least 20 gold, 20 soul gems, and a pack. I think the sweet spot, if you are a newer player just in general, you want to try and hit 5 wins, get into 2 packs, 60 gold, and all that stuff is pretty nice. But I think anything in the 4 to 6 range, if you're hitting that, you're getting pretty solid value for your run. So I think that's where you want to be. I understand, like, obviously, I saw CVH, I think, was using a budget mid-range sorcerer list with only commons and rares. A deck like that can be piloted to 9 wins, but I realize not everybody has the same skill that CVH has, and not everybody has the same collection to do some of the other more powerful decks with tons of legendaries. So for some people, like I'm sure I would have been months ago, for some people, something like 3-4 wins might be your ceiling for your skill plus collection at this moment.
Time to fight.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Highest of all Alduin.
I think I might ring out Skulk and then Pyro this down next turn. But yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with... If your current skill plus collection ceiling is 4 or 5 wins, 3, 4, 5 wins, whatever it is, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. Don't feel bad. Don't let other people make you feel bad. Just accept that's where you're at the moment and look to get better. That's all you can really do is try to get better. Hey, look, we draw a curse anyway. So we're going to be able to pretty much wipe this field. That. Alright, so we're going to curse this thing down. And pyro this entire lane away. I forgot how much I like this card. So next turn we got a pretty decent Morkel Gatekeeper turn.
For anything.
Curse this thing away. could have even Shadow Shift. Then I have no other plays. So I think for now, I don't even know if I'm going to bother cursing that thing right now, because I might draw another Pyro. I'll just Morgul onto the Pyro, get some face damage in, under the assumption that next turn, or even if I really, really need to, I can Leaf Lurker this down. But I'm just going to go under the assumption that at some point I'll be taking him down.
We'll hold, no matter what.
Because now, like, this is a better Curse Leaf Lurker target, taking 4 damage off the board as opposed to 2. Although something like Earthbone Spinner does a very good job at that as well.
Honor and blood. I'll kill you where you stand.
The forest
I
will
think we
not
will
suffer your
Earthbone
presence.
Spinner that, curse it away, take that damage off the board. He still has 3 in that lane, but if he wants to take the 3 damage and pop a rune, I'm not mad at that. And if I really start to feel pressured, I can Shadow Shift the Gatekeeper over, or Cliff Racer. I have a bunch of options, but I think right now pushing damage is our best option.
Training is over. It's time to act.
So now this is a point where we're probably going to want to deal with this lane.
Gore and glory.
Thieves Guild Recruit is okay. So, how do we want to deal with this? We probably trade, take our 7 damage, bring them down to 11, and then we can play... We can actually get 2 Gatekeepers into this lane.
Honor and blood.
Let's take our damage first.
I'll kill you where you
The
stand.
day is mine.
Let's move that guard over here, just to take a little bit of damage off the board. And then... Thieves Guild Recruit. That could be decent. Oh, especially at 5 cost. Do I want the Slayer or the Gatekeeper? Probably the Gatekeeper.
Close ranks. Let nothing
We'll give it to
through.
Thieves Guild Recruit. So now, unless he swings with his 5th Legion Trainer, we're taking at least 1 thing out of this lane, with the potential to take out up to 3 next turn. And then we still have Cliff Racer, Leaf Lurker. I think we're okay over here. Nothing much to worry about. We probably could have even kept pushing damage in the left lane, but I did want to just clean it up just in case. There's a chance that he draws a Prophecy.
You can't
And we don't
defeat
want
me.
that undoing us.
Into the breach.
So he still can bring another 6 damage onto us.
We stand united.
Make that 8 damage. So he's got Fiery Imp ready to go. He's gonna push us to the limit a little bit here.
Gore and glory.
That will help us a whole lot. Still have 8 on the board over here, though. Even if we play Pyro. I don't think there's any other way we take damage off the board.
I'll kill you where you stand.
Let's heat things up.
Just give me an A.
Clean that up. And I guess we hope we just survive a turn. And if we do, we can push for lethal next turn. If he has any other charge creatures, we lose.
Come at me.
And he's going to pull off the Crushing Blow. That's a good game. I probably could have played a little bit better with not leaving that lane for so long. I probably just pushed for lethal, I guess. I don't know. These are some of the kinks that I'm working out with playing the deck for the first time. But we're going to close this episode for here. I will definitely resume with another continuation of this Gauntlet mode. I want to try and get at least another episode or 2. If I can't pull off showing the entire run, I'd like to at least show off most of it. But that's going to be it for now, guys. As always, thank you all very, very much for watching. I'm Dragon Blade, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.